Hi there, I'm Holly McDonald with the Costa Mesa Pod, where we discuss all things concerning the lifestyle, businesses, and activities that make our area such a great place to live. Today I am with Lisa, who is a great friend, a great cake artist, and so much more. So Lisa, thanks for being here.
Oh my god, I feel so special. Thanks for having me.
So Lisa is gracing us with her presence. She is a celebrity.
Oh my gosh, yeah. My agent and my manager.
Thanks for squeezing us in. I know we only have a short time. So
between cleaning my house, doing laundry, and picking up my kids, that's the reality of my life right now.
Well, let's talk about what really has been going on recently,
Yeah.
and also just everything that you do. Because I mean, I have been in a networking group with you and found out that you are much more than like a gluten-free cake artist. You are truly an artist, which is awesome. I mean,
Thank you.
You often have like your shoes and like all your just all the accessories that you do. Like honestly, you make food fun. But let's talk a little bit about the thing that's going on right now.
Yes.
You were on a show. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes. I am on a new show called Wizards of Baking. It is Food Network's Harry Potter baking show. Episode 1 just aired. We're about to get episode 2. So I can't reveal too much.
Okay.
But now that episode 1 has aired, it is known that I got a ticket on the Hogwarts Express. Made it to episode 2. This week's challenge is Gringotts. So we're at the bank.
Yeah.
And this one's going to be interesting.
Awesome. And so were you always into Harry Potter? I saw on the show, you read the books.
I did.
Is this like a dream come true in some ways? Do you feel like it was kind of meant to be?
I feel like there were opportunities in my life, even recently in the last maybe 2 or 3 years, that I didn't get. And I like to believe that everything happens for a reason. Yeah. But when you're in the midst of negative, it's really hard to accept that, oh, this is happening for a reason. You're just like, why didn't I get it? But because I didn't get certain opportunities, it actually allowed me to be available to be on the Harry Potter baking show.
Nice.
And when I got the call, and when it was specifically Harry Potter, I actually had my Hufflepuff Harry Potter like Hogwarts sweatshirt.
Oh my gosh.
On my chair, and they said, "Oh, are you a Harry Potter fan?" And I was like,
let's get on a FaceTime right now.
Do you know me?
Awesome.
Yes, I've been a pretty big fan for a very long time. I was at all the movie midnight showings and
reading the big books.
Yes, I have my stack of those were the only hardback books I ever got as a kid. We were always trying to be more economical, but I got some hardback Harry Potter books, and those are like cherished possessions.
Oh, that's so nice. So you still have them?
I do.
Yeah.
I lost my first book, which is kind of really sad, but I have the rest of them.
How many? There's 9? 7? 9? 8?
7.
Something? Okay.
One for every year that they're at Hogwarts.
All right. See, yes, you are more of a fan than I am. I did read the books, but it's been a long time. So the show kind of brought back some of the things.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Do you know what house you're in?
I like to think Hufflepuff, I think.
I'm a Hufflepuff too. I feel like we're Hufflepuffs.
Nice. I hope that's a good thing. No.
They're all good. They all have their
I don't think I want to be
qualities.
Slytherin.
You know what? Some of our closest friends are Slytherin.
Okay.
So there are some very amazing redeeming qualities of a Slytherin.
All right. Well, there you go. I guess they're good and bad and everything. So
yeah, but they're usually a little more bad. But it's okay.
So you've got this cool bandana on, which you were sporting all through the show.
Yes, it's turning into my signature style.
Yeah, this is gonna be like when all the little kids are like, I want to grow up and be Lisa. That's what they're gonna be wearing.
Next year's Halloween is gonna be.
Oh my gosh, I love that. So you have 2 girls.
I have 2 little girls.
Yeah, and so do they get it?
No.
No.
They still kind of the like TV don't.
Yeah.
I don't think they really understand it, especially because 90% of my time, the cool thing is on the show, everyone on it, they're professional bakers. They are full-time bakers, full-time in professional hotels and kitchens. And I'm a mom first.
Yeah.
So my girls don't really understand being on this kind of a big show because I'm at pickups and I watch gymnastics and ballet and
love that. I love that you can do it all. That's so cool. Like,
I'm struggling, but I'm doing it all.
well, that's good. I'm glad you're here. How did you get this opportunity?
I had a casting agent reach out to me who actually cast the first show I ever did.
And what was that?
Sugar Rush Christmas, back in 2019.
Okay.
That was my first dabble into baking shows, and has turned me into a baking show monster. When's the next show?
Yeah, I want to be a professional baking show person.
Yeah,
Make it happen.
I know, just keep competing. Just like, those people that run through Survivor and Big Brother. That's like me, but in baking shows.
Okay, so we need a baking all-star for Lisa.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, we'll make it happen.
Let's do it.
That. So, and then with Sugar Rush.
Yes.
Did you seek them out? Because I know sometimes they put out casting calls. So did they find you from like social media or what you?
Yeah, I found with most of these shows, I get luckiest if one of their people actually find me. Mm-hmm. I've reached out to everyone that I possibly can whenever I see a show that I want to be on.
Yeah.
That one, they reached out to me. They just found me on social media. I just got a random message on Instagram being like, "Hey, would you want to discuss an opportunity to be on a show?"
See, social media, big things can happen. You can be discovered there.
Right, and at the time of Sugar Rush, I think I had maybe 900 followers. It wasn't necessarily, oh, you have all these big numbers, you get to be on the show. Someone just found me based on my skills.
And so I haven't like gone down the rabbit hole of your Instagram, but like the last couple of years I've seen all of it. And you're very, very good with your like time lapses and the videos. Like they're entertaining.
Thank you. Yeah. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing on social media. I'm just like,
the time lapse.
Can you
I love it. It's really good. And obviously, like I said before, like your artistry, I mean, just the things that you can do, it's bananas.
Thanks. It's honestly, I sometimes don't understand how lucky I am that I get to like play with my food all day. So I'm going to keep doing it as long as I possibly can.
So you can't tell your kids don't play with your food because that would be like the opposite of what you stand for.
Absolutely. Yeah. My girls get really creative with their dinners. Like Hannah eats her food like a certain way. And, Paige has her like, they're creative and they put foods together and they're little mini chefs already.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So we haven't really talked about this part yet, but you're gluten-free. So let's talk about that because that's a major part of what you do.
It is, and I feel like it's being underrepresented on the Harry Potter show since it has been edited out completely.
Okay. Well, let's hit it because it's part of who you are and part of what you do. So let's talk about it.
So I left corporate America to be a cake designer, pursue the art of it, and then I realized I needed to really up the baking side. So I signed up for a pastry program.
Were you doing like wedding cakes and that type of thing?
Yeah, I was a cake designer at a bakery.
Okay.
So I wasn't touching the baking side, but they would hand me the cake and then I was creating maybe 10, 12 wedding cakes a week.
Okay.
Like wedding and sculpted cakes, and it was just churning out the artistry of the cake.
But was that all like local?
Yes.
Okay.
I started at a bakery in Dana Point. Mm-hmm. Then I moved to a bakery in Villa Park.
Okay.
And then my pastry school was at the SoCo.
Oh yeah.
The pastry school.
Yes,
it's called the pastry school. That's where I went.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Yeah.
Right before I started pastry school, I went to the doctor and I was like, I'm not feeling great. And they're like, oh, cool. You have celiac disease.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, what's that? Oh, just don't eat gluten. So realized at that moment I thought I was done baking because who wants to bake without gluten, and who wants to pay for a huge sculpted cake that's gluten-free? Or at that moment, actually, my dream was always to be on a baking show because I became a cake artist because I watched Duff Goldman on Ace of Cakes.
Uh-huh.
And I thought to myself, why am I going to continue to pursue this if I'm allergic to the main ingredient?
And just because I don't know, so probably I'm hoping other people don't know too, but if you're allergic to the main ingredient, how does that impact you? Are you, because you said you were just decorating the cakes, but are you like not able to touch it or even get close to it, or how does that work?
Thank you for asking, because I really do. There is so much misinformation out there, and it's hard when you don't have it. So I have an autoimmune disorder. So when the protein in wheat, rye, and barley reach my small intestine, it goes, and like starts attacking.
Oh gosh.
So it can present in so many different ways. Some people just get headaches. Some people throw up. Some people, everything
just
under the
don't
sun.
Feel good.
Right. It can lead to like arthritis and migraines, brain fog. So it has to actually reach my intestines. And some people have sensitivity levels that are very different. I'm really lucky. I can be around it as long as I'm not eating it.
Okay.
So if I do touch gluten, I have to be very good about washing my hands.
Yeah.
So it allows me to be in a big kitchen on these baking shows with all of them, but my station is gluten-free.
Got it. Okay.
That's to keep myself safe. And if I am going to bake something that's not gluten-free, I just have to be extra careful that I'm washing my hands, sanitizing everything.
Yeah.
Is breaking it down very easily. But it's not anaphylaxis. It's just my body being confused.
Sure. And then, so now that you're baking as well, and so you're baking gluten-free products.
Right.
Do you find that there's a big difference in taste, or do you find, I mean, obviously people probably have different ideas in their head. People may not even want to try it because, but I'm just curious, like, what is the feedback you're getting? And spoiler alert, I know, but
I have one customer who's actually a part of our networking group, became a member after becoming a customer, who ordered several times before realizing that my stuff was gluten-free.
Oh, no idea.
She had absolutely no idea. She said she would have eaten more knowing, because she likes to limit her gluten intake.
Yeah.
And was upset because she said I could have eaten more of the delicious cake if you had told me it was gluten-free.
Yeah.
I don't really keep it a secret because unfortunately there are a lot of people that they're like, ew, it's gluten-free. I don't even want to try it.
I think also on the other hand, there's a lot of people that need it to be gluten-free or want it to be gluten-free too.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think one of my biggest compliments I've ever gotten from someone who does need to be gluten-free and has tasted my food, they get anxious and they're like, wait, this is gluten-free? Because if something tastes too good, you have to question it, because we're all so conditioned to a lot of gluten-free stuff out there not being the best.
Missing like something.
Yeah, we're still in the process of developing this gluten-free lifestyle, and it's come such a long way. But unfortunately, there's still so far to go. But if
You're
someone,
like a pioneer.
I mean, luckily, I'm coming into this very far down the road. So I don't consider myself a pioneer. I consider myself on the boat with other people who have, paved the way for me.
Okay. Well, that's really cool though that you're able to deliver that type of product and make it your own, and also make it look good, because I mean, I feel like cookies and cakes and all of the sweets, like sometimes they're just an extra part of the party now.
Absolutely.
Like, what party doesn't have like a custom cookie now, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's now you get the face painter, the balloons, and then the beautiful dessert centerpiece.
Yeah. And so I know you've dabbled in that in the past. You've done a lot of that. I don't know how much of that you're continuing to do, but what well, I guess it remains to be seen how the show goes and works out for you, but what is Lisa the cake artist looking most forward to moving forward with your business and your craft?
I feel like there is something out there that is going to align so beautifully with me and my skills and my needs and my lifestyle. And being a mom, I feel like has taken a bit of a backseat, making other people's custom orders. And it's always this person's birthday party. And I think that I want to prioritize them and my family and my life balance. But I'm having the most incredible time with people reaching out to me, being positively affected by the show and by me. So I think I want more opportunity to be with people and maybe doing some classes or workshops where people can come, especially gluten-free kids who wouldn't get to go to a cupcake decorating class. Like, let's have one. You get to eat everything. And
oh, that's awesome. I love that too, because then like anybody could come to the party basically.
Right.
And it makes it more accessible to people.
And you have dairy-free, and all my stuff is nut-free, and then you can have some dairy-free, and all the kids that, usually don't get that, or you go to the birthday party and their mom has to bring something extra.
Yeah.
I want them to get to be included. So we'll see. I'm gonna make some gluten-free friends. That's my plan.
Well, Lisa is one of the funniest people I know, and so I really feel like you do have a future of being like a cake artist, like host of a party type of thing.
Yeah.
Like that would be a really fun workshop. And then the fact that like you're very much into being a mom and kids, and probably your kids' parents and friends and everything. Bring them all together for all sorts of fun events. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm going.
Lisa needs to be on a stage.
Kind of. I feel that feels like so bad. I'm like, am I just like, do I just like really need attention? And I'm like,
no, it's not that though. I mean, like you have multiple gifts. Like honestly, you've got the gift of like what you can cook, and you've also got this gift of whenever she walks into our networking, it's like, all right, the party's on. Like Lisa's gonna say something funny. We're all gonna double over. We're gonna be like, did she really just say that?
I think that gift is called ADHD.
I think a lot of us in the group have it, but yeah.
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
like entrepreneur life, I think.
I think it is a like pre-qualification to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah, definitely. Awesome. So is there anything else that like you know is coming up that you want to share, or any teasers for the show? This will probably air like in a couple of weeks. So I don't know what you can share, or just a teaser. You're very media trained, so
yeah. There are many aspects to the magical world of Harry Potter, and the level of skill on the show will absolutely be revealed in the level of magic.
Oh, nice.
On the show. There is some insane magic on the show that, as someone in the industry doing it, I still was blown away by everything that was being created. Some of my own too. I was like, I made that? That's really cool. But it's pretty amazing. I will also say, if anyone is interested in starting gluten-free baking or has gluten-free questions, I have put together a little ebook.
For you.
Yes, I know we were talking about it.
Yes, it came to life.
So because I get the question a lot, where do I start?
Yeah.
Or can you tell me your gluten-free baking tips? And unfortunately, I've been doing this for 12 years. It's hard to give you all my tips. So I put it all together. It breaks down every gluten-free flour on the market. It breaks down why. I'm a lot about the why. My ADHD kind of needs to know the why in order to understand it. So there's a lot of baking tips, a lot of troubleshooting. You know, why did my bake come out crumbly? Which with gluten-free baking, that comes a lot. And I did just add the gluten-free chocolate cake recipe from episode 1 of Wizards of Baking. So that is now included in my ebook.
The one with less sugar?
Unfortunately, this one has a decent. With less sugar.
Well, from the episode, that's all. If you haven't watched episode 1, go watch it now.
Go watch it now. They actually did not mention why.
In it, but the oven looked like a big cavernous.
Yes, if you caught episode 1, my cake burned because I was so frantic. I think I added too much sugar, and it overflowed.
But you still made it to the next round.
I still made it to the next round.
Obviously delicious.
But this chocolate cake is my signature chocolate cake, and I realize a lot of people that want to start baking kind of want to like jump in.
Yeah.
And this is a tried and true recipe, and it's actually pretty simple and broken down. I also added my buttercream recipe, so with the ebook you can just go straight into making your own cake.
Oh wow, so this is perfect time for the holidays, for like Christmas and Hanukkah and all the desserts and New Year's, like
right. The chocolate cake actually pairs really beautifully with like a peppermint buttercream, and my buttercream recipe is like really basic, so you can add anything you want to.
Oh, that's
so
fun.
Yeah, perfect for the holidays.
Just in time for the holidays. That's really cool. I think it's great that you're giving people some education on how they can start making. And also, like, I feel like the one beef I have with Food Network is you watch it, but you don't know how it actually tastes. So at least here you're giving them the recipe and they can try. It won't be the same as like a Lisa original, but they can try.
Yeah, there's a little more franticness to a Lisa original. A little more chaos.
Well, that lines up really well with your videos, because the time lapses, you guys have to follow her on Instagram and watch. Like they will blow your mind. They're so good. I'm
starting a little series of videos that I'm editing right now. Maybe they'll be out.
Oh, nice.
I'm turning every Harry Potter book into a cake.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to make 7 cakes, and really, they're really detailed. So there's a lot of video going on. But
I can't even imagine. I mean, these big books are like 800 pages.
Yeah, it is really hard to like narrow it down into a 3-tier cake. But yeah, so I got my first book done.
Yeah.
And we'll see how the other ones turn out.
I will say publicly, I'm very proud of you for getting like all of this stuff together, because
yeah,
I know we've all been talking for so long. Like, these are our goals or our missions, and yeah, well, you have to do it now. You're on TV.
I know the timeline sort of got pushed up, and it was like, you're done. Like, you need to be done.
Yeah, so. Well, you're a great mom, and you're great at what you do. So thank you for being here. I'm gonna make sure to link to your Instagram so people can get your book, and then I'll throw in a link to the show where you can watch it. I watched it on HBO or Max, as they call it. So,
yes.
Yeah, but it's on Food Network too.
I was saying, you got to link my TikTok, because I'm cool with the TikTok.
Oh, yes. As I'm not on there as much. I do know you're on there. I will link to your TikTok too. Lisa's a cool mom, so.
I'm pretty sure once my kids get on TikTok, they're going to, like, boot me off TikTok. So
they might just be able to help you.
I need to take advantage while they're still too young to have social media for me to still be on social media.
I think that what we just need to do is like embrace the fact that they're going to know more than us in like 5 years.
Absolutely.
And then they can be our like social media managers for TikTok.
Like, ooh, those are expensive.
Exactly.
All right.
Kids are going to know way more than us. So, all right, well, Lisa, thanks for being on the podcast.
Thanks for having me. This is so fun.